Here's Hussy. Hey, Wonderhussy here, out in the middle of nowhere again, but this time I'm in Africa. Namibia, to be precise. If you look at a map of Africa, Namibia is way down on the southwestern Atlantic coast of Africa, and it's a vast desert country that's right up against the Atlantic Ocean. It's kind of weird. There's these vast sand dune fields and they meet the sea. It's really something to see. But what's really surreal is this ghost town I'm at. I'm here at this amazing abandoned ghost town called Kolmanskop, and it was an old German diamond mining town. Okay, there's a ton of diamonds out here in Namibia. And back in I guess it was 1908, some guy discovered a diamond just laying on the desert floor. Next thing you know, the Germans closed the whole area off and they made it into what's called a Sperrgebiet, which means a forbidden area. So no one was allowed to go in there except for the guys that were mining the diamonds, of course. So next thing you know, there was something like what we in the US had a gold rush, or like there was a silver rush in Nevada. Well, it was the same kind of thing here, but it was a diamond rush. All these German miners came down here to try to get rich mining diamonds. And so many of them came down here that they had this entire town at one time. Man, this is like the granddaddy of all abandoned ghost towns. I mean, I had to come quite a distance to get out here all the way to Namibia, but it was worth it. This ghost town is amazing. I wasn't able to find out online how many people actually lived here at the height of its lifespan, but people did live here until like the 1950s. I guess what happened is during World War II, the price of diamonds went down, and they discovered a much bigger diamond strike 200 kilometers south of here. So just like they did in all the ghost towns in the western US, they just pretty much up and abandoned this entire town and left for the other diamond field. But what's really cool about this ghost town compared to the ghost towns of the West that I'm used to exploring is, well, first of all, this place was fairly recently abandoned, 1950s, not that long ago. But secondly, it was actually a pretty big full-service city. I mean, they had a bowling alley and a recreation hall and a casino, an ice factory, and a hospital, which we'll go in. I can't wait to see that. And the hospital had the first X-ray in the entire southern hemisphere. So this was like a super wealthy town. I mean, think about it. Everybody was rich on diamond money, which, diamonds. So they went to town out here, so to speak, building this, well, it's kind of almost like a traditional German village, but in the middle of this desolate dune field in Namibia. Okay, there's so many abandoned buildings here that I don't think I'll have time to go in all of them, but go in at least a few. Like this. I mean, look at this friggin' staircase. These were, like a lot of the ghost towns in the Wild West of the US were just sort of haphazard, slapped together. Not so with Kolmanskop. For abandoned ruins, this is absolutely freaking amazing. I mean, look at this wood floor. And this freaking wallpaper, I mean. I guess if they had to live out here in the middle of this godforsaken wasteland, they wanted to make it nice, These like super high ceilings, the detail on this friggin' doorway, it's amazing. I don't even know what this building was used for, but look. Remember, Light's gonna be kind of harsh, but if you can see out the door there, we are surrounded by sand dunes, and I guess it gets real windy out here, so the sand gets blown inside all these buildings. You can see there's been a lot of people here already. It's only like 9 a.m., but man, this place is popular. Look in this room. Holy crike, look at this freaking wall. I think this might have just been somebody's house, to be honest. I mean, it's huge and awesome, but you know, they all had so much diamond money, they could afford to have these giant mansions. Holy cow, look at the wallpaper in this room. Yikes, I mean, it kind of looks creepy, like mold almost, the way it's peeling off, but it's pretty nice wallpaper. Little flower pattern. And then, I mean, look at the molding around the door, even that was fancy. They spared no expense in this ghost town, or town, I guess. Looks like the floor is missing in this room. But what's really cool is there's these, you know, warning signs like enter at your own risk, but they don't really care here. You just pay the guy, it was 200 Namibian dollars to get in, which is like, God, I don't know, 15 bucks or something like that. And then they just let you go in and wander around on your own, and they trust you not to do anything stupid, which if this was in America, forget about it. We're so sue happy. It would never, something like this would never fly. I mean, not only are we sue happy, but you know, there's all kinds of stupid vandals that would probably mess stuff up in the US. Oh wow, look at the wallpaper in here. It's like a little coffee pot. Maybe this was the kitchen. It looks like maybe that was a furnace or something. It gets real cold here in the winter. Oh wow, look. Go upstairs, see what's upstairs. Today I am wearing sensible desert footwear. These are these awesome palladium boots that one of my fans sent me. They were the boots that were worn by the French Foreign Legion, actually, so they're perfect for this kind of desert exploring. Wow, there's even sand up here. Look at this on the landing. Holy cow, oh my goodness. All right, here's the upstairs. And it's totally open. The roof is all blown away. So to be careful. Oh man, look at this. It's probably like a bedroom up here. Peek out the window, see what the view is. Wow. I mean, what a friggin' trip this place is. I guess they have filmed movies and TV shows out here, but not that many of them considering how awesome of a location it is. Oh, well, look, I guess they do get vandals out here after all. There's some kind of stupid graffiti carved on the wall, but nowhere near as much as if this thing was in the US. I guess part of that just is because stuff's easier to get to in the US. I mean, first of all, we're all the way in Namibia. And second of all, we're in a very remote part of Namibia. So not only do you have to get the airfare together to come to Namibia, then you gotta like drive 14 hours to get here. Oh, wow, look at this room. So creepy. But yeah, because of its remoteness, I think that's partly why this place isn't more vandalized. I mean, there's like one security guard at the gate. It's not like there's people even walking around here. It's crazy. Out here you can kind of see like that car that's coming in. That's how you get in. You pay. There's a guy at the little guardhouse there that you pay. And then you just kind of walk around and look at stuff. So all those buildings over there are what we need to go check out. So we better not mess around because we have a lot of ground to cover. You know what's interesting though? As old as this building is and as long as it's been since anybody lived in it, stuff is still really solid. I mean, the staircase, you know, some of the buildings I go in, the stairs are all rotting and falling apart. Not here. This stuff was, well, you know, built by Germans, and you know how the Germans are. German engineering. Okay, look at this one. This is really friggin' fancy. I mean, remember, we are in the middle of friggin' nowhere. I guess the names of these buildings are written on here in German. Minenverwalter. I'm not sure what that means, but something about mines. Maybe this was the mine boss's house and that's why it's so fancy. It's like the guy who ran the whole operation. And the walls are beautiful inside this building. Look at this like awesome kind of turquoise color here. And then look at this room. Oh, this beautiful blue. They're still in a pretty good shape. The windows. I mean, up here, you can see where the paint kind of started peeling, but still a lot of potential in this place. Open concept floor plan, close to good schools. It's a great place to raise your family. So creepy. Here's Hussy. I mean, this is friggin' amazing how great of shape these are in. I guess it's a really arid climate, so there's nothing to like make things mildew or, you know, rot. Wow, this must have been like some big formal dining room or something, because it looks like big double doors let into it, and then it has this awesome floor. Maybe it was a ballroom. Seemed like there should have been a chandelier on the ceiling, but I don't see a fixture for that. Or holy cow, look at this front window. I mean, this is a... Oh, look, there was a fireplace in here. This was their living room. Oh my gosh. I mean, this is beautiful. I don't know, a house like this would go for over $1 million most places. Look at this view. Speaking of $1 million, here's your $1 million view of the Namibian wasteland. This was the front porch. They had this awesome glassed-in front porch. Look at this. I'm assuming this was all glassed in at one time. Now it's just open to the elements and covered in sand. See if there's anything cool upstairs in this one. Oh wow, look. Beautiful checkered floor. Oh, this was a bathroom, look. Oh my god. Oh, look at this creepy sink leading to this super creepy tub. Oh my god, it's not a shower, but it's definitely going in my creepy shower hall of fame. Oh wow, look at this. I don't know what the heck this was, but it's friggin' terrifying. It's insulated, so it was some kind of, it was like an old-time water heater, I don't know. Oh my god, you guys. I am the proverbial kid in a candy store here. This is like my Disneyland. Okay, look at this little house. This thing is completely filled with sand. I mean, there must be like 3 feet of sand piled up in this room. What a trip. This kind of reminds me of the video I made in the town of Cantil, California. It was also a bunch of abandoned houses full of sand, but not quite on this scale. Okay, wow, look at this. I don't know if this was like a pantry or what, but look inside the missing panel, the door. The whole friggin' room is just full of sand all the way up to the top of that pantry shelf. I mean, you can see the ceiling is just right there. That's that much sand. And then next to that, look, this was like the outhouse. So look at it now. Totally full of sand. Alright, looks like this was the home of the architect. So this one here is probably going to be super cool. Oh wow, look how much sand is in this one. Holy wow. Oh, cool pink walls. Oh, I wonder why some of these are so much more full of sand than others. Holy cow, look at this one. Oh my god, look at this doorway. I mean, the sand is so high that I'm only 5'3", and I can't even walk through. Okay, well, we're gonna have to scrunch down to go through this part of the house because it's all full of sand. Oh my gosh, look at this room. Again, you can see the top of the doorways real low. This room is completely full. Good thing they had high ceilings. Oh my god, what the? Holy cannoli. Look at this. Oh, look, there's some graffiti. Real classy, guys. 2014. Nicole and Julie. Psh. Wow, look at this. It's like some weird interior window, but goes into this little, like, tiny pantry room. Oh, what's really creepy is look at all the little tiny footprints in the sand of all these little desert creatures that come cruising around in these houses after dark. Man, I wish I could spend the night in one of these houses. That would be amazing. I mean, talk about creepy, but God, that would be fun to have a sleepover at Kolmanskop. I wonder if they ever do that. Okay, well, this looks like it was the staircase to the second floor, and it's all eaten away, but there's no signs anywhere here that say, don't do it, don't go up. So, it just says be careful, and I'll be careful. Wow, so the upstairs isn't quite as full of sand. Oh, this goes out to a balcony. overlooking the whole town. Look at the floor of this balcony. Look at the tile. Well, this architect had great taste. Oh, he even had like a stripper pole on the porch. I'm just kidding. It's probably like a, I don't know what, rain pipe. Okay, the wallpaper in this room was amazing, but there's a lot of graffiti in here. Oh, Willem was here. I have a friend named Willem, but I'm sure it wasn't him. Oh, these people. I mean, this is international graffiti. This is an international destination. Oh, look how creepy this sink is. Ah. Oh my God. And it's full of sand. What a surprise. Yeah, what I was saying is this is like an international destination for anyone who's into abandoned stuff. I mean, okay, Chernobyl is always number one on any good urban explorer's bucket list, but this place here has to be in like the top 5. It's pretty amazing. I personally feel like it blows Bodie, California away. Everyone's always telling me I should go to Bodie because it's like a great ghost town, but you can't go in any of the buildings and it's way more crowded than this. So I don't know, man. I kind of think this one has Bodie beat. Although Bodie has a lot of artifacts that the people left behind, so this place doesn't seem like it has any artifacts. Okay, this looks like it was the engineer's house. Just guessing there. Holy wow. This is like a maze of all these different rooms on either side. Okay, which should we take? The red pill or the blue pill? Just kidding, we'll go this way. Man, look at the wallpaper in here. It's like flowers. I mean, all these different rooms had different colored walls. I mean, these were fancy friggin' houses. This blows away any other ghost town I've ever been to. Oh man, there's a bunch of tour groups that are about to go into some of these buildings, so we gotta get ahead of them. I didn't even stop to take the tour. I just figured I'd do a self-guided tour, you know? I read up on it online. I kind of got the idea. I feel like I don't need them to tell me. Well, maybe this is the hospital. Let's see. It's kind of hard to tell what anything was. It's all buried in sand now. Holy moly, I don't even know if we can get through this door. It's so low. See what we can do. Barely. There's nothing in here anyway, so it's just another room full of sand. You know what the main difference is between this place and any ghost town in the US? Is that there's no bullet holes in any of these walls. If this was in the United States, these buildings would be riddled with bullet holes. I don't know what it is about Americans that love to shoot stuff up. Or I don't know, this building here looks pretty big. Maybe this was the hospital. Oh my God, yes it was. I grew up in Germany, so I speak some German, and Krankenhaus means hospital. So let's go inside. Oh my God. I don't know what it is about abandoned hospitals. It's like the creepiest friggin' thing ever. Okay, you guys want to talk about a creepy abandoned hallway that will give you nightmares for years to come? Let's go check it out. Okay, so heading down this hallway, there's all these rooms off to the right, and they're just bathrooms, just a toilet. I guess these were just like private rooms, maybe, for wealthy patients. I'm guessing these bigger rooms over here on the side were like the operating rooms, maybe. I mean, there's like electrical stuff coming down from the ceiling, or like that lamp they have over the table. I don't know. Keep going. There's a lot of people in here, so if you hear other voices, it's not a ghost. Oh wow, look at, holy cow, this is a big room. But what's cool about it is look at all these people who have carved their names into the dust. Like that kind of graffiti I'm okay with, because it's just dust. You can see how many people come to this friggin' ghost town. It's a pretty big tourist attraction, as remote as this part of the country is. Something really creepy about like 40s and 50s hospitals, you know, like they didn't really have their medical technology up to date. So it's just like extra creepy. Oh, what's this? Really like a little front porch area here. Maybe this is where the doctors hung out, the doctor's lounge. Or maybe this is where they had all the tuberculosis patients come out and get some sun. Yeah, this creepy thing. Oh my goodness, what do you suppose that was? Anybody recognize it? Real creepy and real rusty and covered in sand. Alright, let's go back down that hallway some more. I like that creepy hallway. So spooky. Oh, look in here. Like a huge hole blown in the wall. We could just go right through that. For fun. Always wanted to go through a wall. Oh man, look at this creepy window. I don't know why there's an interior window going from one room to the other room. That's weird. Creepy old peeling wallpaper. Back out to the hallway. Look in here. That was definitely some kind of operating room. I don't know what that pole's for there. Oh yeah, you can see there the ceiling started to rot away, so they had to shore it up with that flimsy pole, and that's why this room is fenced off. Hopefully you're not getting motion sick from all this turning the camera. I'm just trying to give you guys a peek in every room. I want you to feel like you're right here with me, exploring this creepy old abandoned hospital in Africa with Wonderhussy, your best explorer buddy. Okay, we finally made it to the end of the hallway in this creepy abandoned hospital. Okay, check it out. Room number 7 here has a bunch of graffiti in it. So if you're curious to see what international graffiti looks like, you know, you've seen plenty of graffiti in the US, right? It's like your mom sucks dick, stuff like that. Well, over here they had the same kind of mush-brained hippie nonsense. We are one. But then look over here. I'm not really sure what this graffiti is all about, but I mean, a lot of Germans come here. Namibia was colonized by the Germans, so the German brown crossfoot. I'm not really sure what that's supposed to be like. He's making swastika footprints. I don't really get it. Look at this. Oleg from Russia was here. Ooh. There's another guy from Germany. And then look at this. Isn't that like Saddam Hussein? Peter, the sergeant major from Germany, was here again. Oh, I guess he came here twice. So, more or less the same dim-witted, half-witted scribblings. Huh. But even so, this abandoned hospital is like the coolest place I've ever explored, I'm pretty sure. Or it's in the top 3 anyways. Okay, this is the outside of that creepy hospital we just explored. Super creepy. There's a few more houses down that way. Okay, all these houses back here are all small and the same, so I'm guessing maybe this was just like housing for the regular workers. You know, they don't look as fancy as those first ones we went in. I mean, this I guess was like a typical mine worker's house. Pretty fancy even for a average worker. And what blows my mind is like the ghost towns I'm used to going into were just so like hastily constructed. This is just solid. Look at that cinder block, I guess. I mean, these walls are solid. The construction is like, you know, not only is it like super solidly built, but it was like nicely done. All these little decorative touches and this wainscoting and molding. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember there being any ghost town in the United States that was this recently abandoned with this many super substantial buildings still standing. I mean, if there is such a ghost town, please hit me up and let me know. Wonderhussy@gmail.com. I would be very curious to explore it if such a town exists. Oh wow, look, this was the ice factory. And don't ask me how they made ice out here in the middle of this friggin' desert, but holy cow. Okay, I have no idea what kind of equipment you use to make ice, but this is it. Oh, I guess this here is like an old ice box. Like instead of a refrigerator, you put a block of ice in it and it kept things cool. Right? Isn't that what that is? Whoa, all this involved in making ice. Weird, it looks like there's like a furnace down there. I don't know why you would need a furnace to make ice. Okay, wow, I don't want to be here all day. In fact, I can't be here all day. It closes at 1 p.m. But I don't want this video to be like 4 hours long. So I'm not gonna go in every single one of those houses because they're all pretty much the same, but we covered most of the big ones and the hospital, and that's what I was really all about. So I feel like my work is done here. But what an amazing place to explore. I mean, if you happen to be going to Namibia, which I know is probably unlikely, I definitely recommend stopping off and checking this out. I mean, well, actually, I recommend coming to Namibia. It's very affordable once you get the airfare here, and it's safe. My friend and I rented a 4x4, like a safari truck with a tent on the roof, and there's tons of European tourists here doing the same thing. You just drive around the country, and there's campsites everywhere, and the tourist infrastructure is pretty good. And you just find a place to camp and check out all the weird sights and oddities and natural beauty that Namibia has to offer. I seriously, highly recommend it.